Good, happy Monday evening. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast. Let's get started. First up, 2 seriously injured in crash on I-89 in Hopkinton. Other driver arrested. New Hampshire State Police arrested a Michigan man after a serious crash on Interstate 89 in Hopkinton on Monday morning, police said. Safeway tell Eddie, 25, of Sigourney, Michigan, was driving a white 2007 Mazda CX-7 on I-89 south near mile marker 12.8 around 7:35 p.m., police said. A.M., sorry about that, not p.m., a.m. Eddie was allegedly driving at a high rate of speed when he struck a black 2003 Dodge Duran, causing the Dodge to go off the highway and crash into a tree. 2 people in the Dodge were seriously injured and were taken to Concord Hospital. Police said their injuries were not considered to be life-threatening. Eddie was charged with reckless conduct in operation. He is scheduled to be arraigned in Concord on September 1st. Anyone who witnessed the crash is asked to contact New Hampshire State Police at 603-223-8789. Ten injured after taxi hits pedestrian in East Boston. Let's take a listen to this video from WCVB Boston.
With the Logic Group, and our company specializes in tracing solutions for the CNC and CAD industries. One of the big
Update you now on that breaking news out of East Boston. Police giving an update there on the crash involving a cab and a number of people hit. Let's listen in.
Personal injury. As a result of that, both agencies responded along with some mutual aid from neighboring cities and towns and discovered one of the cab drivers in the pool had jumped the curb and struck some fellow cab drivers who were sitting in a sitting area, rest area, waiting their next fares. As a result of that, Massport Fire, Boston EMS, State Police began treating the injury. Let me say, speedy recovery wishes go out to those 10 that were injured. There are 10. 1 is in serious condition. 3 are in less serious but significant injury condition, and then 6 others have less serious injuries. All were treated. Are transported to Boston area hospitals. The most serious went to the Mass General Hospital along with one of the significant injured, and then 2 others went to Tufts, and I don't have the other hospitals remaining injured. At this point, it's still under investigation. The cab driver is being cooperative with us. It's been cooperative since the beginning of this investigation. Does not appear at this time to be any indication of an intentional act, but more just a tragic accident.
Okay, and there you go on that report in that video. We will keep you updated as we get more information and more details about that crash. New state budget deal in debate after initial House-Senate votes. Let's take a listen to this video from WMTW News 8 Paul Merrill.
Do you write anything on your computer? You need Grammarly.
I write pretty much all day, every day, and Grammarly makes my writing better.
As a student, I like that.
Yeah, Lauren, Governor LePage wants to pay state workers for not working tomorrow, essentially letting them take administrative time off, the same thing that happens during bad weather events. The legislation that would allow the governor to pay these affected state workers is in front of the legislature's Committee of Conference right now. That committee is also considering budget items that could end this shutdown. Leaders have been negotiating all day. They were not expected to reconvene this committee until there was a deal to get this budget done. They started taking up those budget changes about 30 minutes ago, and they are still going. If the work going on in the room behind me is able to pass out of this committee and get the support of 2/3 of the members of the legislature and get Governor LePage's signature, that means that this shutdown could come to a close. At this point, it seems like if all of those things fall into place, the shutdown will likely end at some point tomorrow. At this point, though, state government is still closed, and at 10 a.m. tomorrow, affected state workers are planning to rally here outside the State House. This committee is still going on. We will bring you updates throughout this newscast and online as we get them. That's the latest live here from the State House. Paul Merrill, WMTW News 8.
Okay, and there you go on that report. We will keep you updated, and all eyes are on what's happening in Maine right now. And now let's take a look at your stock market and see how your stocks closed for this Monday evening. And here's a look at the market right now. Your Dow Jones Industrial Average closed in the green and went up. Your S&P 500 index closed in the green and went up. Your Nasdaq closed in the red and went down. Our USS2K closed in the red and went down, and VIX closed in the green and went up. Dow jumps 130 points, hits all-time high as second half of the year begins. U.S. Equalities kicked off the second half of the year on the right foot, closing mostly higher on Monday as bank stocks climb. Analysts, Trump displays signature move in media smackdown. Let's take a listen to this video from ABC News.
President Trump sending out a bizarre video and raising the question, is his social media habit hijacking his agenda? As Republicans struggle with health care and a major meeting is set with Vladimir Putin this week, the president is focused instead on attacking the media, tweeting this mock video of himself tackling, then punching a man who represents CNN. Is the shocking image of the president physically attacking someone just comedy, or could it incite violence against the media? ABC's Gloria Riviera starts us off from Bedminster, New Jersey, where the president is spending the holiday weekend.
Tonight, President Trump escalating his war on the media, tweeting a mock video showing him outside a wrestling ring, tackling and punching a man with the CNN logo covering his face. Trump's Homeland Security Advisor Tom Bossert seeing the video for the first time on This Week, defending the president.
There's a lot of cable news shows that reach directly into hundreds of thousands of viewers, and they're really not always very fair to the president. So I'm pretty proud of the president for developing a Twitter and a social media platform where he can talk directly to the American people.
Is that the kind of communication you want, that he's beating up on somebody?
Well,
that he's beating up on the media?
Yeah.
You're in charge of Homeland Security there.
Yeah.
That seems like a threat.
Yeah, certainly not, though. I think that no one would perceive that as a threat. I hope they don't.
ABC News contributor Anna Navarro, who is also a CNN contributor, saying Trump's message could have consequences.
It is an incitement to violence.
The White House did not respond when asked for a comment. But earlier this week, during the president's Twitter tirade against MSNBC co-hosts Joe Scarborough and Mika Brzezinski, where he called them crazy and dumb as a rock, spokeswoman Sarah Sanders insisted.
The president in no way, form or fashion has ever promoted or encouraged violence. If anything, quite the contrary. And he was simply pushing back and defending himself.
During the campaign at some Trump rallies, there were outbreaks of violence against protesters. At times, then candidate Trump appeared to encourage it.
If you see somebody getting ready to throw a tomato, knock the crap out of them, would you? We're not allowed to punch back anymore. I'd like to punch him in the face, I'll tell you.
But last night, Trump making it clear his main opponent now is the media.
The fake media tried to stop us from going to the White House, but I'm president and they're not.
And Gloria joins us live from Bedminster. Gloria, the president seems to be focusing much of his attention on attacking the media, but he has a very important week ahead of him.
That's right, Tom. A very full week for this president. And of course, the focal point, healthcare, in such a precarious state. But in addition, one of the most important meetings for this president to date, that one-on-one with Russia's President Vladimir Putin, that is expected to take place at some point during the G20 summit in Germany this week. Tom?
Gloria Rivera starting us off tonight. Gloria, thank you.
Okay, and there you go on that report. And that does it for the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. Have a great rest of your Monday night. Good night, everyone. Bye.